Good afternoon, I'm Riza Diaz. This is One News Now. Malacanang believes that the country's close ties with China will push the Middle Kingdom to withdraw its ships from the West Philippine Sea. Maricel Halili is joining us live from Mandaluyong to discuss more on that. Maricel, good afternoon. Now that the DFA has filed a new diplomatic protest against Beijing, what's the next move of President Duterte?
Well, Risa, presidential spokesperson Harry Roque mentioned earlier that they still stand to their initial position that the government will still follow the arbitral ruling and that they are still hoping to push for the provisions written on the UNCLOS. But then, with regards to the next step, Secretary Roque declined to explain what will be the next move of President Duterte, saying that these actions are sensitive and the president has the authority not to tell the public what will be the next move.
Maricel, what was the palace reaction to the possibility of expanding the strict quarantine measures from NCR Plus into Luzon wide?
Well, for now, they're still observing the trend in other areas of Luzon. Of course, their considerations, number one, are the number of cases, and number two, the number of ICU beds and the bed capacity, particularly in hospitals here in Metro Manila, as well as hospitals in other provinces of Luzon. Well, once they get the data, they can probably decide whether there is a need to expand the enhanced community quarantine or MECQ in other areas of Luzon.
Did Secretary Roque Maced discuss what President Duterte and President Putin actually talked about during their phone call yesterday?
This evening, Riza, President Duterte will have another talk to the people address. And Secretary Roque mentioned that the president himself will tell the public what was discussed during his talk over the phone with Russian President Vladimir Putin.
That is very interesting. Maced, is the president expected to talk to other world leaders for additional vaccine supplies too?
Well, the possibility is always there, especially now that there's a global shortage on vaccine. Of course, the national government is looking into other ways to get more vaccines for the country.
Thank you for those updates. That's Maricel Halili reporting live from Mandaluyong. Now, one lawmaker is calling for a community-level approach against COVID-19, noting that the virus has become faster than policy. Marikina Representative Stella Kimbo told Agenda that local government units should double their efforts in identifying clusters. Kimbo said that they can tap their barangay healthcare workers to conduct house-to-house survey for contact tracing and monitoring of patients. Some infectious disease experts have repeatedly noted that they are seeing an increase in virus transmission within households.
Is the virus has become faster than policy. Yun ang yung problema eh. So kailangan natin bilisan ng kaunti para yung pace natin sumabay man tayo or at one point ma-overtaken natin ang virus.
Now here are other stories we're keeping our eyes on. The Interior Department assures the public that the distribution of cash aid across the NCR Plus bubble will continue despite the shift to MECQ. LGUs were originally given 15 days to complete the ECQ payout, but the DILG says it is open to extension due to logistics problems raised. The Mines and Geosciences Bureau of the Environment Department welcomes the new executive order lifting the moratorium on new mining deals. In a statement, the Bureau says it will contribute to the country's economic recovery. It also insists that environmental safety won't be compromised, as strict measures will be put in place. And a top politician in Japan warns that the Tokyo Olympics could be canceled if it is no longer possible due to the surge in COVID-19 cases. Liberal Democratic Party Secretary General Toshihiro Nikai said the Olympics will defeat its purpose if the games become super spreaders. The games are supposedly to begin on July 23. Experts say long COVID, or when symptoms persist after several weeks or months, is often seen on mild infections. Dr. Avi Nath of the National Institutes of Health explains that in this Bloomberg Quick Take.
One of the interesting features about this illness is that if you look at it, the people who develop these long haul symptoms are often not the individuals who are hospitalized and were sick and on a ventilator and stuff like that. These are individuals who actually, most often, they never went to the hospital. They had a relatively mild illness in the acute phase, and they recovered from it. If you were in the hospital, it means you probably mounted a very strong immune response, okay? And you recovered from the illness, you probably got rid of the virus. If you never mount a strong enough immune response, then what happens is you may have mild symptoms. You thought, oh, I escaped this. But in reality, you never got rid of the virus. So you get this chronic immune activation that persists in these individuals. But it's never good enough to get rid of it because they never got rid of it in the first place. But it's enough to start causing collateral damage. And what the virus does is it inhibits certain types of immune responses. It's a drain on society at every single level. I mean, it affects women more than men. It affects people in their average age is 40. That's the most productive years of your life. And so you can see that the impact, worldwide impact of this is unbelievable. Economic toll, the psychological toll, every aspect of society is going to touch.
Now, for more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.